Hello everyone, this is Sergeant 274 here, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Dark Souls 2 playthrough of the DLC, Crown of the Ivory King. Last episode I apologize for the volume of the mic. I had it set to where it was good for streaming, and yeah, unfortunately it was not good for recording, so I do apologize. So I had recorded 5 episodes, so I will do a post-commentary for the last 4. So let's pick up from where we left off. After we got the Eye of the Priestess there, was down by this fog gate, and you can see right inside the fog gate is a bonfire. So do not hesitate to go through that fog gate because a bonfire is right on the other side. And at this point in time, I believe I head back to Majula in a second here to repair some items and potentially level up. Probably repair some items, actually. Maybe level up those ice rapiers. I say a lot, don't I? Huh. I did that in speech class, too. When I had speech class back in the day, they counted how many ums I said when I was talking, and I had by far the most in the class, so I will try to get away from that, but it's something that I unconsciously do, so whatever. Let's see, what else are we going to do? Yeah, well, once we get back to that bonfire where we left off, well, you can either really warp back to the first bonfire and take on Ava, the king's pet, or you can continue through, and we're going to continue through the level. You can see here I was able to max out one of the rapiers, and almost max out the other one, because you didn't hear it, but on my first playthrough of this game, or of this DLC, which was when it first came out, I used a dual rapier character. I think I had Ricard's in one hand and the Esperanza Ropera, or whatever it was called, in the other hand. And I did a lot of parrying and I did a lot of dual wielding, and it was a lot of fun. So this character really here is using Dex 2. This is a different character, obviously, but I was going to use katanas for the most part with her. But I want to try out the dual ice rapiers, which I will eventually here, but I believe I go back to katanas. So the problem is with katanas and not so much rapiers, somewhat rapiers, but the durability, you lose that really quickly, and especially in this area. So that becomes a problem. Well, that's actually why I have quite a few in my inventory there, because I'm going to need to swap out, because they do lose durability quite easily. And here I'm killing these guys right now because, well, once we got the Eye of the Priestess, those, I don't know, girls or whoever they are, sitting down kind of, prior to getting the Eye of the Priestess, were just sedate. They weren't doing anything. Now they will attack you after you get the Eye of the Priestess, so be wary of that. They still appear to sit down in a lot of the areas, but once you walk by them, they will get up and try to backstab you or shoot you with magic. So these people are already up because they're magic users, so it looks like there should be something down here, but I'm pretty sure there isn't, so be wary of that. But this room is a pain in the butt, as you're about to see, because you have those I swear, the guys with the ice rapiers, those are some good weapons, because they shoot a magic projectile at you. They can be swung like a regular sword, and they combo, at least for them. For you, the ice rapier doesn't do that. It does shoot a magic projectile, but the combo is just, there's no real combo. It's just a regular rapier moveset. So, alright, we finally kill this guy. And we get a Radiant Life Gem out of all of it. Now you can see here all these things are in ice. You saw it in the first episode too. I talked about it, but no one heard me. I tried to parry there. Parrying with this shield is so you can hear a little bit of my commentary in the background as I went through it. Hopefully it doesn't sound horrible as I'm talking over it. But I do get upset a couple times. But as I was saying, parrying, when I did it in my first playthrough of this DLC, it was a lot of fun. But I was using the Watcher shield, Throne Defender, the Watcher shield, so it was a lot quicker. This shield is a standard shield, and it doesn't really have the speed, so my timing's down. Plus, parrying in this game is not as easy as in the original Dark Souls, so it takes some getting used to. And with this shield, it's even more different than the a shield designed for specifically parrying and not blocking like this one is. Anyways, you saw there we got invaded. You may want your first time through here. I'm sure you've seen videos, or you know by now, you know what happens with this invader. But I'll point them out later to you. These guys, this is one of the reasons coming through here in a strength build is so much nicer, because you can stun these guys or crunch them in 1 or 2 hits two-handed. Now, if I were potentially dual wielding my katanas here, which I don't think I do anymore in this playthrough for some reason, because they break too quickly, that's why. I could take these guys out easier, but they are pains in the butts, especially the spear bros here. Spear bros with that, you know, crystal or ice armor on them. So, and keep in mind, since everything's frozen, eventually you're going to have to go back through the entire level again when things are unfrozen, which they will be very soon. Another one of these guys, chicks. I want their robe, but I don't get the robe until the very last episode, so... Anyways, the invader here. If you have a habit of rolling through barrels, that's good. Because you'll see here in a second... I think I'm trying to explain it here in the original audio. But if you go up to that treasure chest without rolling through the barrels, that guy will come up from behind you and backstab you and potentially one-shot you. And there you see I pull off a parry and riposte. And then my sword decides it wants to break. So... do I switch here, or is it still... no, it's still good. I'm trying to backstab him. There we go, we got him. And then okay. Maybe I'll turn down the volume of the audio, because I can hear myself every once in a while coming through. And unless you crank your speakers up all the way, probably won't be able to hear that, so I may do that. Unfortunately, when I recorded this, I meshed the audio track, the commentary, with the game audio. It's not separate audio files. So anyways, going through the level will get you basically here, which is right outside the boss fog for the King's Pet, which you could take on right when you get to the DLC. However, without the Eye of the Priestess, the boss is going to be invisible, so unless you're really good and really lucky at the same time, it's near impossible to beat that boss in that state without the Eye of the Priestess. I don't know if it's been done. It'd be a challenge. I'm sure someone has taken it, and you know, you may be able to do it, but it's much easier if you go through the level. And what do you call it? Get the Eye of the Priestess. Here you can see I'm offline for this. There's Master Glencore, and then my girl Ellie has left The Last of Us and Joel and headed over here to help us out too if you need the help. I wouldn't recommend it. This boss to me is fairly easy. First time I went through here with dual rapiers, I was able to kill it. This time you'll see I have a little more trouble, but that's because I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in a while, so I'm really still, at least in the first couple episodes here, trying to get used to the roll timings of everything. So basically you let it charge and then just roll through. Now you're gonna have to, I recommend 2 swings and then backing out, because it will do that AoE, it has another AoE, and then it has a swipe attack, which I will get hit with right there. So roll in 2 attacks and then make sure you have enough stamina to roll out. So here it comes, roll, 2 hits, and then roll out. If you or block like that. You can definitely block like that, because sometimes that roll, as you see there, will not get you out of harm's way. So I guess a safer strategy would be hit once, then roll out the way, or block. But you also have time to heal, because you can roll into it and then heal, as opposed to attack. So there's a lot of opportunity here to attack and heal. So unfortunately here, again, my weapon's going to crap. I should have put the ring on. That helps with durability, but I didn't. Here it has just a magic attack, projectile attack. You want to just kind of sidestep that. Here I change weapons to the, I think that's the manslayer. I thought maybe I could poison little puppy dog. It's not a puppy dog, it's a tiger. So, and there I rolled too early and it got me. So there it did some weird glitchy 360 thing. So not too difficult. It's pretty easy to read its attacks. Doesn't have anything that really will surprise you. This here is how to get hit by this projectile by being lazy. Thank God it didn't hit me there. But again, you have plenty of time to heal. And then, like I said, roll out the way when you're close, because it does have those built-in attacks to get you out of there. You can't just stay there like you could with Sif. So yeah, get good with this guy, because this isn't the last you'll see of a boss like this. I will tell you, since you guys probably didn't hear anything I said last episode, I've been through this DLC once, although I have not finished it. And the first time I was through here, I didn't get everything. So this gameplay isn't necessarily a tutorial, and it's not necessarily a blind playthrough either. It's some knowledge and me trying to find some other knowledge or discover other things along the way. The one boss I didn't fight on my first playthrough was the optional boss. I didn't even get to the optional boss because I got lost and just was like, phooey, forget it. So anyways, King's Pet, yeah, you can block it too, but you'll get staggered. And there goes the King's Pet. One of them. So, I call it Ava. The princess up here calls it Ava, so we'll call it Ava. But you get a nice long area here. So, as long as you back up and let it charge, roll into it, attack, then get out, it's pretty, not too difficult. That door, as you'll see here, you cannot get through. So, I mean, that's one thing they do a decent job of. It's kind of frustrating with all the doors that don't open. But you'll see later that that's kind of good, because it keeps you on track. Yeah, the freedom of exploration is kind of restricted by it, but you can get lost pretty easily if those doors were open. So here's the main thing. Excuse me. What happened to my voice? Here's the main thing you need to do. Well, Eye the Priestess is one. I guess it's not necessary, but it's definitely helpful. But after defeating Ava there, come to the Grand Cathedral. You really have no other choice, because everything's frozen. And then you get to go talk to, I think it's the princess. I don't think she's a queen. I think it's a princess. It's all on Orlando-ish, kind of, reminiscent of that.
There she is up there. It's kind of hard.
And I'll let her speak here.
To think Father could be bested. Who are you?
Name's Beatrix.
This land is barren, cursed by the old chaos. It gave birth to atrocities, and the people fled in fear until our Lord, the Ivory King, came. My dear Lord, it was with his magnificent sword that he built a Leon Royce and contained the spread of chaos. But the chaos would not be sated, and the king gave his own soul. Inevitably, the king was drained of vigor and plunged into the chaos's heart. The Leon Lois was frozen in time, its leader lost. I remain here to contain the chaos, honoring my lord's wishes. Perhaps one day he will return. There is nothing here save that accursed flame. I have but one, that my dear lord might be freed from that unspeakable chaos. I haven't strength to help him myself. But perhaps one such as you, though I am yet to know your name, stranger, will you lend me your strength?
I would advise saying yes.
Kind visitor, I thank you. Let me open the path to chaos, and please.
Alright, so after talking to her and you saying yes, she opens a path to chaos, which basically shatters all of the ice, and now, except for the pathway up to her, that's later, she shatters all of the ice, and now you can access those inaccessible areas or chests.
But not one of them returned. The king's dutiful subjects waited patiently for his homecoming. But it was too long a wait to bear. The knights of Aleanois await a new leader.
Alright, so she also kind of gives you a hint here
Into chaos.
about your next task. Alright, now real quickly, I'll just tell you what to do. There are 4 chairs down here, and there's 1 knight. You can dive into the boss battle, which is right through that fog gate, with the 1 knight. You're not going to have a good time. Trust me, you're just not going to have a good time in the boss fight. So, basically, we're here to recruit the 3 other knights. We have to go back through the level and recruit the 3 other knights to help us in the boss fight down there. So, you can go down there and fight the first part of the boss fight and farm stuff from the enemies. And by now, there's a fine line between spoilers and this DLC's been out for a long time, so, well, not a long time, but it's been out for a while, so I feel bad not recording this earlier, but I actually did some streaming, and I'm trying to get into streaming a lot more, because I find that more enjoyable, streaming and interacting with chat as you're playing a game, as opposed to recording something and, you know, just putting it on YouTube with having no interaction other than kind of with yourself or then people that in the comments, but you've already recorded 10 videos and they're commenting on the first or second video and you've already done it, whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So, yeah, guys, check me out if you want to when I stream. I'm going to try to stream more. Sergeant274. Or I also created another Twitch account called Huntress_Lord, technically. Just because I felt Sergeant274 was kind of generic, so I like female main characters and protagonists, and I always create a female character, so I figured kind of like the Huntress style. So I figured, well, I'm the Huntress Lord of the Huntresses. Yeah, whatever. I did it. So, all right, here we go. We got some souls now. We're gonna go bump up our ice rapiers to both plus, or get the other one up to plus. I think it's 5 because it requires twinkling. Obviously, I just bought twinkling. So we'll do a little dual rapier wielding, and then we'll go back to the katanas. So this was all for naught, really. You saw I got the vessel shield there. I think it was called the vessel shield, which increases a bunch of stats if you have the stats to equip it. But I did not right then and there, and frankly, 65% physical damage reduction was not going to cut it for me. So, but yeah, a lot of items in DLC seem to increase certain stats. So I guess that's nice, but at my level right now, it's kind of negligible, in all honesty. So, all right, we're back here filling up with gems of life. By the way, when I procrastinate on this because I got a PS4, so I've been playing Shadow of Mordor, which I platinumed, and I have strong feelings about that game. And I'll tell you briefly right now. It was fun. but it got so repetitive that towards the end I just couldn't stand it anymore. So anyways, I've been doing that. I played some Tomb Raider. I have MLB The Show 14, and I cannot wait for the poor man's Dark Souls to come out, Lords of the Fallen. I'll be playing that. Now, I was debating whether to play that on stream or to record that. So I think I'm just going to record the blind playthrough and put that on YouTube here, and then I'll play it on stream later, because there are going to be so many other good streamers out there streaming that when it comes out that, you know, you'll probably want to watch Lobos or Man or whoever else you guys watch out there play that. So, and I can understand that, because I probably want to watch them too. Alright, anyways, back to the gameplay. Here we are back. So you could warp back to the very first bonfire, because you basically have to go through the level again right now, or you could just run back like I did here. So I don't remember what happens in this area. I believe I start fighting enemies and I'm like, screw it, or then I die. I don't know. We're about to find out together. Alright, you can see there 2 shots, really good dual wielded. Unfortunately, the stability again is not there. You would hope that the ice rapier might have a little more stability than, you know, the regular one, since it's kind of coated in ice or whatever, but no luck, Chuck. And when you guys play through this, if you haven't already, you'll begin to hate these enemies. Just the sheer number of them, their attacks, it gets very frustrating. Alright, and first episode we elevated this elevator, so now we can come in here and we can pick up this treasure, which is, wait for it, Soul Flash. And you can also climb up here, and we're going to get rid of the... By the way, what I'm wearing now is the Elan... what do you call that? I don't know. The Elan helmet, I guess, and a Fume Sorceress basically set aside from the helmet. So here we get the North Warder set, and I put that on because it looks okay. I guess it doesn't look bad. It looks good with the black, but I really want that white robe, which we'll get later. So there you go. Nothing much over here. That's about it. There's no hidden wall to my knowledge. Nothing else to do. Now we want to kill this guy this time, because if we don't, she will, she, whatever it is, will do a backstab on us in that corridor where this guy is in front of us. And it could be bad news. Their knife won't one-shot you unless you're lower health, but they are annoying. Yeah, I really should have put that other ring on, because two-shotting these guys is a lot better than trying to sword and shield them, and I don't know why I didn't do that. Don't know why. Speaking of annoying. Well, this isn't the most annoying enemy yet. We're about to find that out a little bit later in this episode. Actually, pretty shortly. At least my least favorite enemy in this freaking DLC. Alright, so now again, just backtrack yourself through here. Remember these little ice barriers they're now down. So you can grab, these are things again that I'll probably never use over here. All these little buff items and stuff, a staff. I'm not a staff person right here, so yeah, you get all these dried roots and all this crap, and I never use them. I'm not into alchemy in games, and that's kind of reminiscent of it. You know, you can take this little potion or whatever to buff your stats temporarily, and I never do that. So here I have the great idea of luring one out. Well, you see what happens when I lure one out. 3 of them come. And that decides to clip through the wall there. So this is going to get bad very quickly here, I believe. And yes, I'd say that's pretty quickly. That's one thing, I don't know if I complained about it there, but I have pretty good adaptability, and I just can't stand how when you pop a life gem, like, she has to look at it in her hand for like a second. It's like, Why? Yeah, you pop the life gem. Do you have to watch it disappear? I'm trying to parry there, and you see I'm completely off. Alright, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I guess it's another time. Because I know I have to come through here again, for some reason. Alright, Ice Rapier. There's one there. That one's stuck, though. Really, you don't have to kill these enemies in here. I believe at some point in time I run through and show you kind of just the quick way to go. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm taking off the dual wielding thing because I was losing stability, so... Nope, apparently I do. I go dual wield katanas here, which is the best offensive weapon I have, dual wielding katanas, but wow. And that person didn't die. Those guys, those white guys will drop again their cloak or robe, I guess, and also their knife. I never get their knife, but wow, look at that. What timing. Again, you will learn to hate these guys. Or you could just run by them, but beware running by them because potentially they'll all follow you and you'll get annihilated. Alright, so there's a couple ways we can go here. There's nothing over there. Thank you. We can go down because that pathway is now, or that doorway is now free from ice, so we can go down there. Or we can go up there. I think I go... Do I go up and to the right to get the treasure that was up there? I think I do. I'm not certain of that. I guess we'll find out together. I double roll there for some reason. I missed the backstab. That dual wield katana is just amazing. I love dual wielding. I usually don't, and for the rest of this playthrough I really don't either. I have a shield up, but definitely going to try to do that a little more often. Especially if I have a fast roll speed. Now, speaking of Lords of the Fallen... well, I really wasn't speaking of Lords of the Fallen, but... Speaking of Fallen, I think something happens to me right here? Maybe not? No, not here. Okay. But that game, I've seen the demo played. I haven't seen beyond the demo. So, the game just looks a lot slower and more methodical. And it looks like... I like to roll and have fast weapons, but the rogue class in that does not look nearly as viable, at least initially, as the, you know, heavy armor, big shield, big weapon warrior class. So I don't exactly know what I'm going to play, but I have a feeling it's going to be heavy armor, which is going to be in complete contrast to the players or the characters I create in Dark Souls. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to try it out. There you saw we got a Sorcerer's Twin Blade, a Soul Vessel, and something else. And here is a way back to where we were. Did I already come over here before? No, I didn't. Don't worry about falling off. You're basically going to be right back to where you came from. Dark clutch ring. So that's kind of important. If you're a hex user, you get a dark clutch ring. Alright, so we could... Wow, I hear myself again, kind of. Me not like you that. So, alright. I will try to fix that audio. It's going to have to be me turning down the game volume too, but I think that's a small price to pay. Or maybe you'd rather hear the game volume over my voice and I'm wasting all my time post recording this. So, whatever. Alright, here's Hell in a Handbasket. I hate these. I absolutely hate these. Porcupine rolly things. I don't do it here. I don't know why, but the best way to take these guys out is with a bow and arrow. Because no matter what you do, you will take damage from them. That's the only way you wouldn't take damage from them when hitting them, is if you had a spear or a rapier and held your shield up and attacked from behind your shield. That'd be the only way you wouldn't take damage. Every other way, you're going to take damage. Actually, I do take them out ranged here, which is smart. Somehow missed. So there, I didn't take any damage technically, but whatever. Those guys are a pain in the shrubbery. They're horrible. So here, am I losing durability on something? No, I go with the washing pole because I want the highest damage weapon. Oh, where'd my computer go? Computer, please. I'm recording on Vegas and decides I'll go to sleep mode. Nothing's happening. What are you talking about? It's playing a video and I'm recording. Oh, God bless Alienware. Anyway, all right. Yeah, these guys are everywhere and I can't stand them. They may seem cute. Oh, it's a cute little porcupine with icicles. No, they're not. I like in this how the snow gets on you when you roll and it, you know, kind of sticks to your clothing. It's kind of neat. Here, I apparently get lost. Alright, and you're getting invaded by Hexer Nicola. Now, I will be honest with you, the first time I came through here, I died probably 4 or 5 times to this guy. Oh, I don't know why I had such trouble with him. And actually, in all reality, I never killed him. I just ran by him. This time, though, we'll see if it's any different. You can see there I put, I don't know if I did there, I forget what I did, but I put a ring on that helps against miracles. Even though he's called a hexer, he basically sits there and does sunlight blade and crap at you. There, I was able to bash him and then get a riposte in. Here, I got a backstab, thankfully. And things go a lot better. And you see that? He didn't even, after the backstab, he just kind of rolled. Thankfully, he rolled into me there. So, seems easy there, but trust me, you can get him in a loop or a pattern where he'll just annihilate you. Or then I'm just bad, which is likely true. I think bad things happen very shortly. Very, very shortly. Or maybe not. Maybe that's a upcoming episode. I forget. But you have a bunch of those guys too. If you go too far, let the hexer come to you, because if you go too far, you'll have these stupid porcupines coming at you. You'll have those stupid casters up top shooting crap at you. So just be wary of that. Wary of hitting walls too. See, here we go. I swear, they're not as numerous as the bone wields in Dark Souls 1 at the bottom of the catacombs, but they're as annoying, if not more annoying. Oh gosh. Just looking at this makes me cringe. This door here will be opened a little bit later. And we'll have to make use of it after something bad happens, which apparently you have to wait till next episode for. That's our destination through there. You can't get there yet though. So the only other alternative is to go up here, and this is a little confusing up here, but I think I'm gonna run to the bonfire because there is a bonfire up here. So whoa, watch out for that. I think there's one of those porcupiney guys behind here too that I don't realize until... Oh no, it's in that corner usually. There's a porcupine guy. But it apparently already rolled down or something. I don't know. Now you can go through here, but I would advise, before doing that, running to the opposite end. In this little corner, not here. That's just one big circle there. You can do it. I know you can do it. Running to this corner, and I guess you can pick up the treasure that's down there, and then there's also, only thing over here, a bonfire. So there we go. So rest, relax, recuperate, revitalize, replenish. And next thing we'll do is go through this level, and we'll start freeing those, what do you call it, those knights to help fight along with us. So I think I jumped down here real quick because I want to see where this actually is. And this is just right at the beginning, as you'll see here. This is where you came in, and those 3 porcupines were at. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back to doing some post commentary in the very next episode.
Alright, guys.
See you guys later. Adios.